Once upon a time, in a small village in Igbo land, there lived a kind woman named Nena. Nena was married to a strong and hardworking man named Uche. They lived peacefully, but they had one problem. They had no children. Every year, Nena would pray to the gods for a child, but no child came. One day, Nena fell very ill. She was sick for many months, and Uche became worried. He loved his wife very much, so he went to the village priest for help. The priest told Uche that Nena had been chosen by the gods to give birth to a special child, a child who would bring great power to their family and village. But there was one condition. The child must be loved and cared for by Nena alone. If anyone tried to harm the child, terrible things would happen. Uche went home and promised Nena that everything would be okay. Soon, Nena gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Her name was Adanma. Uche and Nena were overjoyed, and the village people came to celebrate the birth of the child. But there was one person who was not happy. Uche's second wife, Nwaeze. Nwaeze was jealous of the baby. She wanted to be the most important woman in the household, and she hated seeing how much Uche loved Nena and the baby. Nwaeze believed that if she could get rid of Adanma, she would be the one to take Nena's place as Uche's favorite wife. One dark night, when everyone was sleeping, Nwaeze sneaked into Nena's room. She quietly took the sleeping baby in her arms and walked down to the river. The sound of the river could be heard in the quiet night, and the moonlight reflected off the water. Nwaeze reached the riverbank and looked at the baby in her arms. Her heart was filled with anger, and without a second thought, she threw the baby into the river. Adanma was swept away by the strong river, but something magical happened. As soon as the baby hit the water, a beautiful, shimmering light appeared under the surface. It was the spirit of the river goddess, and she had been watching over the baby. The river goddess lifted Adanma from the water and placed her on a soft bed of leaves by the riverbank. The goddess whispered in the baby's ear, "You are the child of the river. You are special, and you will grow to have great powers. But remember, you must always be kind and just, for the world will test you." The river goddess then disappeared, leaving Adanma safe and sound. As Adanma grew, the villagers forgot about her, thinking she had drowned. But the river goddess took care of her, and the child became more beautiful and strong every day. Years passed, and Adanma grew into a wise and powerful young girl. She could speak to the animals, understand the language of the trees, and heal the sick with her touch. She had become part of the river, and the river had become part of her. Came to the village. The winds howled, and the river began to rise. The villagers were terrified, knowing that the river was flooding and destroying everything in its path. But just as the flood was about to reach the village, a figure appeared from the river. It was Adanma, dressed in a gown made of leaves and flowers, her hair flowing like the water itself. Adanma stood in front of the village, and with a loud voice she called out, "Stop! I am the child of the river, and I command you to calm down." The storm paused and the river began to settle. The rain stopped and the winds grew calm. The villagers were amazed and ran to Adanma, kneeling before her in awe. "Who are you?" they asked. "I am Adanma, the child of the river," she said proudly. "I was thrown into the river as a baby, but the river goddess saved me. Now I am here to protect the river and the village." The villagers were amazed by Adanma's powers. They had heard the legend of the child who would come from the river, but they never thought it would be true. Meanwhile, Nwaeze, the woman who had thrown Adanma into the river, was feeling uneasy. She had heard about the strange girl who had calmed the storm, and she wondered if this was the same baby she had thrown into the river all those years ago. Nwaeze decided to go to the river to find out. When she arrived, she saw Adanma standing by the water, smiling at her. Nwaeze's heart pounded with fear. Adanma's eyes glowed with power, and it was clear that she was no longer the baby she had thrown away. "Why did you throw me into the river?" Adanma asked calmly, her voice strong yet soft. Nwaeze trembled. I thought I was doing the right thing. I wanted to be the most important woman in the family." Adanma's eyes became sad. "You made a mistake, Nwaeze, but I forgive you. The river forgives you. You must learn to love, not to harm." Nwaeze fell to her knees, crying. "Please forgive me. I was jealous and angry. I was foolish." Adanma walked toward Nwaeze and touched her shoulder gently. "You are forgiven. she said, "but you must change. You must learn to care for others." From that day, Nwaeze changed. She became kinder and worked hard to help the village. And the villagers began to love and respect Adanma, the child of the river. As time went on, Adanma became the protector of the village. Whenever the river was in danger or the village faced trouble, she would appear, using her powers to help and protect. She grew to be wise and powerful, just as the river goddess had promised. And so the village flourished under the care of Adanma, the child of the river, whose heart was as deep and pure as the waters that had saved her. The end. Today, let's talk about the 4 important lessons from this enchanting story. 1. The power of forgiveness. Adanma forgave Nwaeze for her wrongdoings, showing that forgiveness can heal old wounds and bring about positive change. 2. The importance of kindness. Nwaeze's jealousy led her to harm Adanma, but when she learned to be kind, she became a better person. Kindness leads to personal growth and helps build stronger relationships. 3. Protecting what's special. Adanma was a special child with great powers, and her life teaches us to protect and nurture the things that are valuable, as they can bring great blessings. 4. Courage in difficult times. Adanma faced a storm and calmed it with her bravery and strength. The story teaches us that having courage and standing strong in the face of challenges can help overcome difficult situations. Thank you for watching. Please give this story a thumbs up by subscribing to our channel and ensure you like, comment, and share for others to see. See you on the next one. God bless you.